What's up, guys? It's your boy, not Satan, your 69th favorite Korean Immersion Learning YouTuber and your neighborhood aegyo enthusiast. Today, as you can tell, is a very big day for me. That's right, 2 years. 2 years. 365 times 2 is 730. Correct me if my math's wrong, but I think that's 2 years. You know, so it's it's a tough one. 2 years. Wow. So if you're wondering, if you're a beginner wondering how far you'll make it in 2 years, the answer is pretty far, because the first year I did a lot. As I think a lot of the OG subscribers will know, year one was crazy. My second year, which is I think last May until like today, right? I did comparatively a lot less, definitely a lot less. And the question is that enough? Yeah, that's the question. And the answer is, well, probably. I think if you want like the TLDR, yeah, you'll be pretty good. Even if you just do whatever for 2 years, 2 years of immersion will get you places, that's for sure. But the question is it where I want to be? Now, obviously, I want to be like so fluent that that no one comments on my Korean. That's how fluent I need to be, and I'm not at that stage right now. Obviously, if I was, I'd be making this video in Korean. Surprise, but yeah, I'm not, and I think that's probably because I stopped immersing hardcore. I obviously can't do it. I think you guys know. I'm working full time. I'm gonna be working full time soon. I have a job, but more importantly, I'm studying in my free time to get a better job. Right? It's all about the hashtag, that grind, right? And guess what? You study in your free time, you have less free time. Less free time, that's less immersion. And less immersion means less immersion hours and not as fluent. Surprise, surprise. But, you know, I can't have everything, right? You can't have everything. You have to make sacrifices along the way. And in this case, I sacrificed my Korean potential. And I think, it's something that I had to do because, learning Korean doesn't pay the bills. I think some people still don't understand that, but it's true that some, learning Korean, it's not going to pay the bills. Okay, so just keep that in mind in the future if you're deciding how much you want to learn per day. But for me, I really don't know where my future for Korean is headed, because at my current stage, I'm pretty ahead. I feel like I'm pretty ahead of the pack in terms of overall, versus everyone learning Korean. I think my progress has been pretty far, considering I basically do zero additional practice for Korean. It's essentially just watching what I'm watching already without subtitles. And I think, as some people know, I've started some output practice. I do a bit of writing. I do some language exchange, but I think the number one conclusion I can draw from this is that your output capabilities are 100% determined by how much immersion you have. So it doesn't matter how much output you do, if you're not immersing, you're going nowhere. And I think my experiences have proved to me that this is 100% true. And based on the experiences of other people, I 100% know that the only way forward is immersion. I think this is pretty much an uncomfortable truth for a lot of early outputters. Well, I'm not saying you can't early output, but I'm saying that it doesn't matter how much output you do, you're gonna have to immerse a lot. By a lot, I mean that should be 99% of what you're doing. And I think most people don't want to hear that. And I think Go Billy, he especially doesn't want to hear that, because how else is he gonna make money, right? Just kidding. Love the guy, not really. And that's where I'm at right now. But I think, yeah. But I obviously I just don't have the time to really put in 12-hour days for Korean, which honestly I think is definitely the way to go if you want like legit gains. you're gonna have to put in the hours. And I think most people don't wanna hear that. But like learning a language, even if it's a hobby, it's gonna be a grind. You're gonna have to be putting in a lot of hours. And as of now, I really don't know if I can do that. But I think more importantly, which I think is probably the main issue that I've been really struggling with recently, is really my identity of who I am. Because I really don't know if I can still attach the idea that I'm still what people would consider a K-pop stan, right? 1 year ago, yeah, I'm on top of all the news. I know what's going on, what music show is going on. I know who's where, what's going on, who went to this festival, who went to this festival. That was my jam. But now that's not me. People change, and I've probably changed a lot. But the problem is that this has really reduced my motivation to go out of my way to get better in Korean. But all the YouTube content that I watch is still my primary source of entertainment, relaxation. It's still going to be that YouTube content, which I've always been watching. But the question is it still something that I want to improve upon to the level where I'm spending my free time on learning Korean? I don't know if I'm at that level right now, because as I've said, I have to get a better job, right? I have to pay the bills. I have to buy a house for my mom. sound like a football player, but I have to buy a house for my mom, and I have to buy a car for my dad, right? That's just the way it is, and I can't do that if I'm spending my time learning Korean, right? I just gotta grind harder and harder and harder. Because for sure, there's some kid out there right now who is, who's probably his entire village has pooled money to send him to college, and he's probably studying 18 hours a day just so we can lift his entire village out of poverty, right? So that's the kind of motivation that I'm up against, right? So I had to one up that guy, right? I had to one up that guy out there, and that's tough. And so I think I definitely just can't be putting in those hardcore hours like I used to. And yeah, that's just really, it's somewhat disappointing, but I guess it's just life, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to put in that kind of hours at all. But I think as of now, I don't know what my future is going to be like, but I know I'm probably just going to be watching the YouTube content that I've always been watching. That's just it's like a habit at this point. I'll still do Anki, I'll still watch YouTube, but other than that, I don't think I'll be doing much other than that, because I don't know. I just can't. It's just nothing I want to do at this point. I just gotta grind harder. Because to me, this is not learning Korean is not part of the grind, right? Learning Korean is not the grind, and I have to be grinding again, right? So it's a bit sad, I think, definitely after putting in 2 years of this, especially given how, as everyone knows, I was so hardcore the first year, and I think the guy 1 year ago, he'd be very disappointed in the current me, extremely disappointed, without a doubt. But obviously, the me from a year ago is definitely a much more depressed person. Has no way out of rock bottom, and is struggling everywhere. And I'm not that person anymore. But obviously, I had to make some sacrifices along the way. And but you know what? We'll see. Who knows, right? I'll just go with the flow and see what happens. But now, for a more happier note, I think because I did a live stream in Korean last time, and people seem to enjoy it. I think I want to do another one. So let me know in the comments. Let me know, or DM me on Discord. Let me know if you guys want to see another full Korean live stream. But this time, I'm gonna make it interesting. I have some ideas on how I want to execute it, but I'll only do it if enough people say they want to see it. And guess what? I hope you guys sincerely want to see it, because so let me know. because this will be a crazy, crazy stream. So I need people to tell me they want to watch it. And I think that's about it for my update video. So like always, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always,